news? Wetin dey happen? Wetin dey shele? I wan know. Abi na wish, abi na be land you, abi na Buhari o. Matter his plan o, dem don fail. Walele, 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 lelelelelelelelelelelele, walele, where you dey? Walele. This time for ALASCOSPICE, walele. Na Cambodia tell me where you dey, walele. Nigeria tell me where you dey, walele. Ghana tell me where you dey, walele. Senegal tell me where you dey, walele. Egypt tell me where you dey, walele. Nigeria tell me where you dey, walele. Algeria tell me where you dey, walele. Cameroon, where una dey, walele. Morocco, where you dey, walele. Congo, tell me where you dey, walele. Tunisia, tell me where you dey, walele. Mali, tell me where you dey, walele. It's ALASCOSPICE Sport Update. What's up, my people? How na dey now? Welcome to ALASCOSPICE Football Sports Football Update. Whichever way you understand it, I'm excited because today, all over the continent of Africa, as well as the other part of the world, is going to be a wonderful football events that will be deciding who is going to be in a physical appearance at the FIFA World Cup happening later in the year 2022 in Qatar, here in UAE. Wow. It seems like I remember when the draw was made in Russia and some years ago, we were like, wow, 2022 was such a long time. But here we are in 2022 and we're in the March 2022 already, and the World Cup is so close. It's so close. And all the teams around the world are battling it one another. Now is the playoff. We saw the first round where Nigeria went away to Ghana. Senegal was away to Egypt, and Algeria hosted by Cameroon. Morocco was hosted by DR Congo. Tunisia was hosted by Mali. And we saw a wonderful game out of the continent of Africa. But just so you know, before this, there's a big surprise coming out of this World Cup qualifier, and that is from the Europe. And we saw the defending champion of Europe Nations Cup, I beg your pardon, Italy, be in fact kicked out of the World Cup appearance completely by a minor, what you can describe as a minor, because they're not really made any appearance in the World Cup football. But I'm talking about the North Macedonia. They actually get the Italians, the mighty Italians, out of the World Cup, and that blow is still a topic of discussion today, more than the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock and Oscar. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ALASCOSPICE Sports Update. My name is Harry and I'm your host, and I'll be your pilot, and just stick to. Now get it. Now in the World Cup qualifier, we have Japan taking on Vietnam later today. I think that match is already on, or it's about to kick on. It's about 5:25 p.m. Asia time. Iran taking on Lebanon, and UAE taking on South Korea. We have Syria taking on Iraq. Oh, they still play football in South Korea, and it's Syria and Iraq. Good to know. Oman taking on China, People Republic of China. We have Saudi Arabia playing against Australia. Australia is being grouped along the Asia, so they always play with the. And in Europe, we have a very wonderful match that's supposed to take place today, which is the Wales, who won their wonderful match previous match, and it's been postponed because their match supposed to be between the winner of Scotland and Ukraine, and that match was actually postponed last weekend. So obviously, Wales is gonna get an automatic qualification because the Ukraine match is possibly not to happen because they are undergoing what we already know. All right, so later tonight we're gonna have Poland playing against Sweden. Sweden lost to it's a very good match. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be really good. And Portugal versus North Macedonia, the team that kicked out the defending champion of Europe in Italy, and he's going to be taking on. And Cristiano Ronaldo said it would be very, very unfair. I mean, unlikely if there is World Cup and there's no Cristiano Ronaldo. Are they going to make it? Let's see how they are going to play. The time is 1:45 a.m. Cambodia time. We'll see who that's going to go. Now for the matters that matters the most. It is my lovely continent. I'm a proud African, and I like to talk about whatever Africa and African football. And today is going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience across the continent. Today we're going to find out the winners and the qualifiers. Not just a winner, because you can win and not qualify. But we are looking for who are the 5 nations or among the others that are going to be representing Africa at the World Cup. And the teams that will be sweating it out later tonight are Senegal, Egypt. Senegal will be hosting Egypt, and that will be a replay of the final of the Africa Cup of Nations that we watched, and Senegal became an African champion for the first time in history of the Africa Cup of Nations, and they are playing host to their new bitter rival Egypt, and Egypt won the first leg at home by a long goal scored by Mo Salah of Liverpool. And the Senegalese, this West African team, are desperately looking to appear in the World Cup. All right, so we still have Tunisia taking on Mali. We have Morocco taking on DR Congo. We have Algeria versus Cameroon. That is going to be another smoking match, because Cameroon lost to Algeria in front of their supporters at home last weekend by a lone goal. That is so unexpected. Though the Cameroonians played wonderful football, but it happened that the luck was not on their side, and the Algerians, the North African side, took the 3 points away. Who is going to qualify between Algeria and Cameroon today? Who knows? Let's see. It's gonna happen later. Now we're gonna move on to the game of the night, the one I want to talk about. And please, before I go ahead, I have an appeal for Nigerians that our president Buhari, he is a good president. We love you. We appreciate all your concern for the Super Eagles. But sometimes where we were younger, and we're doing the inter-school sport, and sometimes when we see our parents, we get distracted. So we want to appeal to President Buhari, please, no come to stadium today, I beg. Just allow us to enjoy the game, make us not get distracted, and whatever you touch work very well. So we are appealing to you on behalf of all Nigerians as our father, because God has put you there. We cannot deny the fact that you are our leader. So, but even though you deny, say we will not be your children, but God still knows, say we will try. We still accept you despite all your denial. I beg, no come the stadium today, no come watch the match. We dey beg you so that we can win. After we win, we fit carry the Ghanaians come. May you have a handshake as usual. Say you don't get anything they offer person. So that is a special message to our president by all the concerned Nigerians and football lovers of Nigeria. So Nigeria is going to be hosting the Black Stars of Ghana. These are the 2 teams that I love so much. I'm a big fan of these 2 teams, no doubt about that. But one of these teams going to be a winner at the end of tonight, because there is no draw, there is no postponement of this game. It has to happen, and there has to be a winner. Now these teams that are going to be sweating, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 teams are going to be sweating out tonight to get a 5 tickets to the World Cup. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Senegal, or it's going to be Egypt? It's going to be Nigeria, it's going to be Ghana, it's going to be Algeria, it's going to be Cameroon, it's going to be Morocco, it's going to be Congo DR or DR Congo, or it's going to be Tunisia or Mali. The best team is definitely going to represent Africa, and whichever is going to make it to the World Cup, let's support our own Africa national teams. Alright, so Nigeria is going to play host. Actually, the first leg that was played between Nigeria and Ghana, it ended goalless encounter. And if you look at the game involving Nigeria and Ghana at the World Cup level, it's the histories. The history keeps repeating itself. The last time in the World Cup qualifier, Nigeria played against Egypt at home and they won 1-0. Nigeria played against Sudan, they won 3-1. Nigeria played against Guinea-Bissau, they won 2-0. Nigeria played against Tunisia, they won 1-0. Ghana, Nigeria, which just happened last weekend, it was goalless, and today the encounter is going to take place. That is the statistics of the Super Eagles so far. And if you look at it now, the Super Eagles, they have performed so well in their World Cup qualifying. Now let's look at the Ghanaian national team, the Black Stars of Ghana. The Black Stars of Ghana, usually they are a bitter rival to Nigeria, because they always put on a superlative football show against their neighbor Nigeria. And last weekend we saw a less, delivering match between the two sides. Though Kumasi Stadium is not really a good facility, why the Super Eagles were complaining that the pitch was not good, and the arrival of the Super Eagles was so poor, starting from the airport. And I see that Nigerians are reciprocating that by allowing the Black Stars train under the shadow of Nepal. Nepal decided to turn off the light, according to the news. Who knows if it's true or not? But if that's true, that's a poor one from Nigeria. That they treated us a little below the belt while we were away to them doesn't mean that we have to reciprocate such treatment back to them. But this is one thing about African football: the way we treat the Europeans and other outside of the continent visitors who come to visit us. We should actually learn to adopt such approach or method in treating people or our neighbors that are coming to visit. Football is not a bitterness, it's a game of win or lose. And whether Nigeria qualify for the World Cup, Africans must solidly behind the teams that qualify. Whether it's Ghana or not, we have to support our own. This is one thing I'm going to appeal to all Nigerians. All right, enough said. Let's look at the statistics of Ghana. Ghana on their own during the World Cup qualifiers so far, they played away against Algeria and they lost 3-0. 3-0. That was on the 1st of June 2020. Yeah, on the 1st January 5th, 2022, they played against Algeria and they lost. And January 10th, 2022, they played against Morocco away and they lost by a lone goal. And in January 15, 2022, again, Ghana played a 1-1 draw against Gabon. Imagine that. I never see a poor record by these Black Stars like this ones I'm seeing right now. And luckily enough, Ghana played against Comoros, the new discovered team in Africa, and Comoros beat Ghana by 3-2. Unbelievable! What is happening to the Black Stars? The Black Stars, they used to be a big threat in terms of football to any team they come across in the Nations Cup as well as the World Cup qualifier. We saw what happened in 2010 where they went to the quarterfinal and they lost to Uruguay. And this is unbelievable coming because the Black Stars actually have wonderful young guys who are aspiring. And you remember Mr. Party for Party, who is also in the midfield mistro of Arsenal. And these are wonderful players that are playing in the European teams and as well as other leagues. And I don't know what's happening to the Black Stars. And their last game against Nigeria at home, we expected that game was going to be a huge advantage for them to clinch or to do something very unexpected to the Super Eagles. And luckily enough, on the part of Nigeria, it was a goalless draw. And today is going to be an amazing Nnamdi Azikiwe stadium, or what's it called? I don't know, but forgive me if I make that mistake. But in Abuja today, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be hosting the Black Stars. The Black Stars arrived the country yesterday ahead of tonight's encounter, and the time for the match is 8 p.m. as I've been heard, which is like 2 a.m. and 2:30 in Cambodia time. And I'm looking forward to who is going to get the ticket from the group. Nigeria is looking forward to appear in the Nations Cup for the 4th consecutive time, and while Ghana, who has always been there and is looking forward, and the most appeared team in the World Cup, I believe, is Cameroon, and Cameroon is also struggling at the moment with 1-goal deficit to Algeria. Algeria had a very poor Nations Cup outing in Cameroon during the Nations Cup competition, and they are looking forward to, because by ranking right now, Nigeria is the 3rd and Algeria has dropped all the way to 11. And there's so many things happening in African football. We learned that Samuel Eto'o, which is the former Barcelona, Chelsea, Everton, and other teams, is now the president of Football Association of Cameroon, and he's motivating the player. He's doing a lot. I'm following online, and he's trying to make sure that the Cameroon football is back to its former glory, and even better to see that the Cameroon qualify for the World Cup. Who do you think is going to be out of the 10 African Nations Cup, sweating it out tonight to get the 5-place ticket available? But just before I go, I think that the FIFA has to do better in the aspect of the African sport in the World Cup, because a whole of African continent represented by just 5 nations in the World Cup. I think that decision need to be critically looked into, because Africa is too large that only 5 countries are always coming out to represent the Africans at the World Cup. And I think that the president of the FIFA, Finito, and the rest of them, and CAF and all the rest, it's about time that they look into issues like this, that Africans should have at least 8 or 8 or even more representatives at the World Cup level. And I also learned that the body of the football governing body FIFA are also trying to work in the aspect of how they can increase the number of national teams participation at the World Cup from 32 to at least 38 or 40, and that is going on. And the former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger is moving for a motion that the World Cup should be played in between two years instead of normal 4 years. And people are saying that no, that idea is not so good because it's going to reduce the value of the World Cup. And Arsene Wenger actually brought his idea by saying that this will improve football and to make people have more expectations and more talent are going to be discovered. And that discussion is still ongoing and the motion is still on, and people are supporting it, people are taking against it. I don't know how you guys take it here with me on ALASCOSPICE TV. What do you think? Should the World Cup be between the 2 years interval, or it should remain the 4 years as it is? Which one do you think you support? Which motion do you support? Let us hear your view. And also, do you think that we should have more African teams representing the Africans at the World Cup level more than just the 5 slots given to Africa? We have 52 nations across Africa. Why should it be only 5 countries representing Africa? Thank you for doing it. Let me know what you think. Thank you for being there with me today. My name is Harry, and this is the end of the program. And I'm wishing all the 10 African teams sweating it out tonight the best of luck in their outing. But I particularly going to watch Nigeria versus Ghana. I love these 2 teams, but one has to qualify and let the best team qualify. But definitely, I would prefer Nigeria to qualify. My name is Harry, and I'm signing out. No time to tell time. Talk, I live. ALASCOSPICE TV. Keep it real. Keep it watching, can keep supporting ALASCOSPICE Sports Update and keep supporting the brand ALASCOSPICE TV. We're bringing you the best of Africa. Check it out wherever you can, on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are everywhere there for you, to serve you. God bless you, and God bless Africa. Good luck, Super Eagles of Nigeria. We're rooting for you all the way from the nation of Asia. Cambodia is what it is. No time to tell time. The kingdom of wonder. Now so it be. Isi Aguario, yeah.